Alright guys, we are getting back into PHP. We are in Object-Oriented Programming Part 1, Objects in PHP, so we're going to finally start to use classes. We give our first example here of a class called Person. Some variables that we have to define. And then this looks like a constructor. And then we have a greet function. Then we create it, and then we can echo it out. So it prints out a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just go ahead and get started here. So I'm gonna save and submit. Same thing. Just goes over classes a little bit. So let's get started. Our first thing we need to do is create a class. Oh, actually, first thing we need to do is add the PHP taglines. Next thing we need to do is create a person class. So we're going to have class person, and then we need the brackets. And then we need to create two instances of the person class, a teacher and a student. So we are going to create a teacher equals new person, and then we're going to create student equals new person. And we just created our first two objects. Oh, 500 exercises badge, cool. Alright, so now that we have these two, we haven't done anything yet, really. If this is a little foreign to you, go ahead and pause the video and just read the examples. I'm just going to work through it. Let's see how we do that. So, class fruit, apple equals new fruit, apple.type. Alright, so we need to add a public. These are parameters, I take it. Public is alive property to the person class. Sample new fruit. Oh, it's the person class. I thought we were assigning to the teacher class. Okay, so public is alive, and we're going to set that equal to true, so it's going to be a Boolean variable. And add 3 further public properties. So, kind of like declaring variables, except for a class that we can kind of reuse when we talk about persons in this case. So first name, and we're not going to assign any values for this, any default ones, and then public. Alright. And see, apple-type. Alright, see how it's not assigned there. So we're basically just copying that out. And then at the end we want to echo the value of teachers.isAlive. So we're going to echo out. Let's see how they call it. So it looks like they call it like this. So we want to echo out the variable teacher pointing to is alive. Semicolon. I believe that's correct. Did you add the first name, last name, and age properties? Yes, I did. Let me see if it makes a difference if I put it like that. Alright, so let's see what happened here. Ah. I think this needs to be taken, that we put in the class when we actually needed to create it outside the class. Let's see if that will fix what we're doing here. So we're going to go ahead and refresh the page. Syntax error on line 15. Let's see how they do it. Alright. So this can't be in there. That's my mistake as well. So, let's see. Undefined variable is alive, line 19, fatal error. Huh. Alright, so we're struggling here. It shouldn't be empty because it comes with, it's set to true. So echo teachers is alive property. So we're going to Q&A for him. Let's see what's going on here. I believe it was the third one. I guess we're on the fourth one. Let's see here. Echo teacher is alive. Alright, so it looks like we're doing everything correctly. Let's go ahead and clean up our code a little bit. So we're going to go step by step. So class person in the brackets here is alive is equal to true. No parameters for everything else. Then student equals new person, or teacher equals new person. And echo teacher is alive. And then our end PHP. What am I missing? Can I access empty parameter? It shouldn't be empty because it's inherently true unless stated otherwise. Alright, so let's copy and paste this in, see if it works. It should look is alive. Let's check one more time before we do this. Is alive, is alive. Oh. worked. Maybe our syntax was off somewhere. Interesting. But now we're getting this error again. Yeah, we'll come to that in a second. So in this case, we want to add a constructor to the person with 3 parameters: first name, last name, and age. And let's see how they do it again. Alright, so this is going, I believe, to go within the class. Let's see if there's a hint here. Yeah, it goes within the class. So in this case, we're going to public, let's make a little line here, public underscore construct, and we're going to put the first name, the last name, and the age. What this basically means is that when we create an instance of a class, sometimes it can accept 3 of these things at a time, basically. So as in here, now we need to initialize, so saying that setting the variables that are inserted into it, essentially. So this, alright, and then we have dash equals, and this is just saying this points to this. So we'll say first name. Do they give us any parameters? First name, and it's just equals to is equal to the parameter first name, and then we say this last name equals this, and then one more time for age. Okay, so change your teacher instantiation. So here's our teacher, to store the values of boring, comma, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then comma 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, except this time it's an integer. Alright, and then for student, it wants us to add our own value here, so Dylan is 27, and then we want to echo the age of the student, so echo, and then we'll call student, and then we will point to age. Did we forget something? Oh, public function. Looks like it's double underscore. There we go. It's just saying it's undefined on there. I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. Let's try and refresh the page real quick. Alright, so next thing it wants us to do is call a method greet to your class, or add a method greet. So below this, we're going to create a public function greet citizens. Alright, doesn't take any parameters. And then we will say to return the string hello, comma, my name is space dot say this dash at first name dot, oops, create another space dot this dash last name dot space dot nice to meet you. Exclamation point, and then a happy face, semicolon, and now we want to call this new function we created, greet, and on the teacher and student. So we want to echo out, let's see here, student dot greet if I had to guess. I want to echo out teacher dot greet. Let's see if that works. Cool. Still isn't echoing it out here. So our code is working, but our little IDE thing is not. So putting it all together. Alright, so let's start from scratch, it looks like. So first thing first, we have to add our PHP tags or it won't know what the hell we're talking about. Next thing, we are going to create a dog class. So if I remember correctly, it's just class dog. Add a public property. So public num_legs is equal to 4. And then we need a public, let's see here, name doesn't contain a value. Okay, next thing we need to do is create a public function, a constructor. Add a construct, which accepts name as a parameter. Okay. And in this method, add some code so that this dot name. Alright, and this, so I believe that's correct. So far so good. Now we want to add a public method to our dog class called bark. So public function bark. Oh, we want to add it to the dog class, so in here we're actually going to do it in the dog class. Oh, we were doing it in dog class. Cool. Public function bark. And from here we want to return woof. It's complex code, I know, but we can do it. Alright, next we want to add a public method greeting. So public function greet. Method ought to return a nice sentence containing name, property, or dog, which increases it. So in this case, we're going to, I believe, take the name property, else we won't be able to get it to work. need to return, excuse me, we don't need that, we just needed to return the name because it's going to be supplied from the actual object. So we want it to return the name. Alright, and now we need to create 2 instances of the dog class and store one with the name Barker. Alright, so let's see. Yes, alright, so first one is dog1 equals new dog, and it takes the parameter of Barker, and then dog2 equals new dog, and it takes the parameter of amigo. Not a bad name for a dog, actually. And then we want to echo the results. So alright, so we want to echo dog1 dot bark. Hold on, let me find function line 32. Oh, alright. Silly me. Wolf. And then we need to also call a greet method on dog2. Huh. Undefined variable name. So let's see if we're having an issue here, because it seems to work just fine. Oh yeah. So this is what we needed. Huh. Let's make sure we're doing this correctly. So we're going to go to the forum. Function meow, meow, meow. Huh. Alright, I think it's just the IDE, built-in IDE here. I've had issues with it in the past, but alright, now we're going to do the same thing except with a cat class this time. So, class cat. And in here, we're going to add 2 public properties. So public is alive, and we're going to set that to true straight off the bat. And then we're going to create a public num legs, and we're going to set that equal to 4. And then we are going to add a public name here, and we're going to leave that empty. We're then going to create a public meow class, or method rather, function. So public function meow, and in here we are going to return meow meow. And now we are going to create an instance of cat. So alright, so we're going to, I guess just, we'll call it cat1 is equal to new cat, and then we're going to instantiate the name CodeCat, not a bad name for a cat, and then we are going to echo out cat1 meow. Meow meow. Bam. Oh, we forgot to add a constructor. So public function construct and we're going to take name and we're going to say this name equals name, and that should work just fine. There we go. Alright. So, just a review, right? We learned classes. We learned how to use the objects, which are what we create from the classes. Create new objects, how to create classes and objects, how to add properties, add methods, how to use constructors and the keyword new, and the arrow notation. I personally like the dot better, but our last thing here is just echoing out echo. Now I know the basics of object-oriented programming. Yay. Bam. Alright, so that was our first section on objects in PHP. Not too bad. If you've ever worked with any other coding languages, it seems pretty similar. So, next up, we will be doing object-oriented programming in PHP 2. So, looks like we'll be taking it up a notch and working on the classes a little bit more. See you guys next video.